Hello there, interview with the vampire fans. I am Noble Lady. Welcome back, and if you're new, you are most welcome. When I saw this article about Jacob Anderson saying goodbye to Louie, I was like, say what? But then when I read further, Jacob explained that he was saying goodbye to the way Louie used to be. Constantly feeling sorry for himself, blaming Lestat, brooding, gloomy, but still very cute. I know it's time to hear Lestat's story, of course. So I was thinking we would see Louie and Claudia in flashbacks, because we are going to hear Lestat's perception of things from his memory and point of view. And I'm looking forward to it, as I am sure you all are. Lestat sets his story straight in a way only the vampire Lestat can, by starting a band and going on tour. And we are going to get to see some new vampires like Akasha. Also returning are Amand, played by Assad Zaman, Malloy, played by Eric Bogosian, and Sam, played by Christopher Geary, among others. And we're going to have Gabrielle, Nicholas, Magnus, Marius, those who must be kept. So yes, Lestat will be front and center, and Sam Reed is perfect as Lestat. On various social platforms, I've seen the question posed as to whether Louie and Lestat are back together. Are they companions again? Well, Sam Reed said no, Louie and Lestat are not a couple, but their reunion at the end of season 2 opens the door to it. He said it opens the door to them talking. So hopefully in season 3, they will be companions again. I mean, after 77 years apart, they couldn't very well just waltz back into each other's arms and saying, oh, Louie, will you be my companion again? I mean, they have a lot to work out, And, that incredibly emotional and poignant scene at the end of season 2 definitely opens the door for more. Perhaps they'll start out as just friends, and that'll lead to a companionship. And I wonder what Louie will do when he sees Armand again. I must say, this show is the best I've ever seen, and I'm very selective with shows and movies. It's done with this audience in mind, to keep us engaged completely, and to include us, to pull us in this unfolding and riveting story in a way I've never experienced before. Expertly done, and Sam Reed is Lestat. And the chemistry between Sam and Jacob is incredible. It's sensual and it feels tangible on one hand, and like fireboats in a hurricane on the other. Ingenious. So what do you think? Lestat in season 3? Or do you think Louie and Claudia will be in flashback scenes? Or maybe present day Louie and flashback scenes? And please check out these content creators. Thanks for joining me. And if you like them, follow them. Give me a like and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Y'all, I just finished watching season 2 of Interview with a Vampire. And, where do you go from here? Where do you go from here? From a television standpoint? What's next after this? This show has defied my everything. I don't even know. I don't even know what my original list of top TV shows was, because I feel like the first 3 spots are now being taken by Interview with the Vampire. What do you do now with this knowledge that people could make TV shows like this and y'all are just not? What do you do with that knowledge? that it's within the capability of the people who create TV shows to develop multifaceted characters, dynamic characters, conflicting inner turmoil, hypocrisy, intersectionality. All of these things can be in one TV show, and y'all are out here choosing not to do that. That's a choice that we're making. Where do I go from here?
Well, the car's on the
Car's
lot.
been on the lot for hours, man.
Hey, look, if you want, I can have somebody knock on the window. I think he's...
What? What? You think what?
I think he's entertaining somebody right now.
Do we have insurance for homicide?
You know what? We had 3 deaths on the Banger Sisters. Don't worry about it.
That's him. Jesus Christ. Look at him. Okay, let's go.
Carlo, can you step away? Mr. Linecourt, hi, I'm Mark Johnson. I'm the executive producer. We talked on the phone a couple of times. We're really excited about the
I don't remember you.
documentary. Okay.
Hey, man. Thanks for the tickets last night. Great show.
You had 45 minutes and he's gone.
Who the are you?
This is Christine Clare, Mr. Linecourt's lawyer.
Hair and makeup now.
Hi, Tammy.
Do I look like I need you? There's a goblet on the table.
You don't like the goblet? Can we get rid of the goblet, please? Thank you. We need to wire you for sound. I hope you don't mind. The camera we're going to be using is called an Interrotron. I'll be sitting here, but you'll see my face in the camera. Like we're talking to each other, and you don't have to just stare at an empty camera lens.
Your sound man is dehydrated.
We'll get him some water. Get him some water, please.
All right, let's go, people.
43 minutes.
Shut her the up.
We're rolling.
101, take 1, 8 cam only.
And action. Okay, we're going to start. Could you state your name for the camera?
Justin Bieber.
I see you have my book there. What do you think of... Sorry. Excuse me. Give me a second here.
Daniel, you okay?
I am the vampire Lestat.
Why are we pushing?
I'm immortal, more or less. The light of the sun,
Somebody get him a glass of water?
the sustained heat of an intense fire. These things might destroy me, but then again, they might not. Why the long face, my pretty baby? I got long fangs. Come appraise me. Bring your long stakes. That doesn't faze me. I'm an actor in my makeup. I get fatter when we break up. What does it matter who I take her? Another face, another year, another place, another tear. Pick up the pace, rack up the fears. Now we're having fun. Yeah, we're having
How are you gonna fix it, huh? Which one are you gonna fuck me?
You're not my type. I like a full of flicker.
Stop.
She's being impossible.
Make me one.
Because you turned out so well.
Because if you don't, I'm gonna go out there and find other vampires.
If you could find any, which you won't, they would shred you to strips. Because you are built like a bird. Because you are a mistake. How about you shut the fuck up?
And you, cruel as the devil ever made, to refuse me one love when you've got two.
If you are an Interview with a Vampire fan, you need to stop what you're doing and watch this freaking trailer right now. They just dropped the trailer for season 3. It's not a full trailer, it's more of a teaser. They just dropped it like 5 minutes ago of me recording this. There's so much to it. I have to watch it again, but like, we're getting full-on rock star Lestat in modern day. I wasn't sure like how long they were gonna wait, but it looks like we're getting it like if he was a rock star like today. Like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm gonna make a full breakdown probably tomorrow, but like I just had to get on here and stand. He looks so good. There's other stills, like there's other looks of him in the trailer, but this is my favorite because it's full on like distressed, like like bad boy, but also torch. Oh, they're gonna give me everything I need. They're gonna give me everything. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Go watch this trailer now. These other TV series need to take notes on Interview with a Vampire. This final episode was so fucking good. That is how you end a season. It's always fuck Armand. It's always fuck Santiago. Now, I was proud of Louie because he didn't let Claudia's death be in vain and he killed the whole fucking coven. But it's like, dude, you ran off with the dude that set you up. This man directed the play that was going to be your death. And the man that did save you, Lestat saved you, your ex-boo, and you shit on him. But Lestat was like, nah, you know what? I'm not going to say nothing, but you going to figure it out. And Daniel is the fucking GOAT. It took for Daniel, the mortal, the little measly little interviewer, to come through and shut shit down. Armand, you're not shit. You lied to this man for 77 years. You're done, bitch. And then Armand is such a punk. He had to turn Daniel at the end to spite him and Louie. And the whole coven got what they deserved. Yes. And then Louie finally relinks with Lestat at the end of the episode. And then they hug. And then they cry together and give this cute sentimental moment. Shout out to the writers because they did that.
See the vampire teeth thing that I do. The sound was not intentional. Like when we were shooting, we were trying to figure out like how do you reveal teeth in a good way, and I figured out one day that the best way to do it was to do like a cat sound, to go like. So we do it, and like everybody else sort of got on board. I think Sam was more reticent because he was like, "This is come on, take it seriously," and they used it. So now the vampires hiss.
Yeah.
But they weren't supposed to hiss. It was just to, like, reveal fangs.
And that accent, because it's not just a kind of a generic Southern accent. It's really specific.
Yeah, it's a Nola accent. And we worked on... initially, I was working with a dialect coach, and she really wanted me to do this, like, French Creole accent, which was apparently very popular at this time. And it's this kind of, what are you doing out here? Like, it's strange sounds. And I just thought, I don't think I can do that. And nobody knows.
You just did it then. That was very good.
Yeah, but would you want to watch that for 7 hours? I don't know. And I talk a lot in this show. So I just listen to people, like, in cabs and shops.
I love how so many people act like, oh, Armand and Lestat probably didn't actually smash. For those of you who don't read the books, Lestat declared his love for a woman, ate her out, and then never mentioned her again. Him lying with Armand specifically to get more vampire knowledge and know how to use his powers is not unheard of. Y'all gotta realize, the man is called Le Slut for a reason.
I tolerated his presence too long already. I had to act, or he'd destroy what little I had left.
Lestat! Là! Lestat! Tu ne lui as pas révélé ta vraie nature, n'est-ce pas?
Quel est ses pouvoirs? Je n'ai pas ses pouvoirs.
Mais tu l'auras. Tu as le sang de Magnus. Tu gâches ton potentiel en menant cette vie-là.
Relâche-le! Relâche-le!
Et voici un buveur de sang.
Qui es-tu?
Je suis Armand. Je suis le chef de ton clan.
Vicky!
Ramène ton gilet sur les larves, veux-tu?
The marketing for Interview with the Vampire Season 3 is going insane. First of all, the vampire Lestat already has like an actual real life single, and you can find the lyric video on YouTube. They're doing pop culture like coverage of it as though he's real. They're saying Lestat took his stage name from Daniel Malloy's book. There's Stan Wars happening on Twitter with the Swifties. They said the new season's coming soon. I don't know when that's actually gonna be, but I am so excited for it. Can we get Sam Reed fully in character as the vampire Lestat on Hot Ones? I want to see that man be bitchy and sassy and eat hot wings.
You see, it is at this point in the story where Daniel calls bullshit and tells Louie, oh no, there seems to be a discrepancy. You're saying y'all just went off into the sunset with no issues starting your adventure together. But I'm reading her diary and it looks like she hated you for a minute there. Why is that? Louie begins to try to make an excuse saying, I was shaken up, from the death of my brother, the abandonment of my sister, and the murder of Lestat. And Daniel quickly corrects him and goes, murder? You didn't murder Lestat. You gave him mercy based off of some fucked up notion of love. And Louie is refuting this, going, no. Oh, no. I killed Lestat. I bled him like a pig. I thought that was a very interesting choice of words, considering the first time that we meet Louie and he's pulling a knife out on his brother, he tells his brother, I'll bleed you like a cochon, bruh, which is French for pig. But we all know in that moment, he didn't really want to kill his brother. That was his way of looking tough on Liberty Street and making it look like he was capable of killing his brother when he really had no intentions of doing such a thing. And he's using that same line here to say he killed Lestat. And Daniel calls it out and says, you wrapped him in a carpet and you put him in a trunk that locks from the inside. And then you put it beside the curb with the trash. Where does the trash go, Louie? Where does the trash go? The trash goes to the dump. And what is at the dump, Louie? Rats. Big fucking rats. The size of Kevin Durant's shoes, okay? You didn't kill him. You were shot 3 times. You fell 1,000 feet out of the sky and lived. And you burned Antoinette to make sure she was dead. You didn't kill Lestat. You would have killed him if you would have burned him. And you're not going to tell me that Claudia didn't want to burn him because the girl sat down and wrote his last words in his own blood. She had no problem tossing him onto the barbecue. And then you start seeing flickers of memories for Louie of what really happened. Some things that were left out of the story, like him holding and sobbing and grieving over Lestat's dead body, and Claudia trying to tell him, we have to burn him, and Louie losing his temper and grabbing Claudia and choking her the same way that we saw Lestat choking her in episode 5, which is also another interesting contrast, because now you have episode 5 where Louie attacks Lestat for trying to hurt Claudia. And now we see Louie attacking Claudia for trying to hurt Lestat. It is such a circle. And he's visibly shaken. Present day Louie it looks like he's having trauma behind these memories. He tries to walk away from Daniel. Daniel was still going in because Daniel was going to get that story. You're going to give him the truth. He is not the young reporter he once was that just brought anything you said. Daniel was going in. Rashid is behind Daniel telling him, stop it. The things you are saying to him. Daniel tells Louie, you always pick Lestat over Claudia. Every step of the way. What do you mean? You don't need to have an interview. You don't need a reporter. You need therapy. You need a session to deal with PTSD. People who've watched their brothers and their comrades fall dead and they're now stressed out. You're still the same guy you were who was paying a prostitute all those years ago to listen to his problems, and now you're paying me to do it. And Daniel's not letting up. He's going in, and Rashid is in the background going, you are going to feel really horrible for the things you were saying to him when you hear the rest of the story. You've only heard half of the story. Daniel's not stopping. And it is at this point that you see in the background, Rashid starts taking off his gloves. He takes something out of his eyes that appears to be maybe contacts. And then he flies. He floats up. And Daniel, in this moment, is telling Louie, what is so different about this interview? This is the same interview you gave me years ago where you're holding back truths. Louie says, this is different. Daniel says, why is it different? And Rashid, while floating behind Daniel, says, because this time I won't stop him from killing you. And Daniel turns around to see Rashid floating in the air, a whole vampire, people. And Rashid tells him it was me that stopped him all those years ago. He says, sometimes Louie needs protecting from himself, always has. Red flag 1 when he says this. That for me, him saying that was the first red flag of his character. But he proceeds to go on into his speech. And then he floats on off to the bookshelf, which up until now, I did not even pay attention that the bookshelf in the book room is lifted in the air. So the only person that could reach those books would be someone who can fly. That completely went right past me. But now I'm seeing it. He goes up and he gets a book down. And then Daniel's like, I saw you in the sun. And then Rashid says, as we age, the sun has less of an effect on us. What is a star to a 500-year-old vampire? And at this moment, I'm freaking out because I know who this is. And he hands Daniel the book, and Daniel is flipping through this book with these old newspaper clippings. You see the Theater D vampires, and you're just like, oh, I know who this is. And then Louie tells Daniel, I'd like you to meet the vampire Armand, the love of my life. I screamed, and you see it, and you're just like, Louie, you are lying. Louie looks like a prisoner, people. He looks like a prisoner. I don't buy for a second that love of my lifeline, but that was the most epic character reveal because for so long, people had been saying that could be Armand, but we were gaslighting ourselves into going, no, it can't be. We see him in the sun, completely bypassing that fact that, yes, the sun does stop bothering them after a while. And then so some of us were like, but Armand wouldn't be acting as a servant to Louie. Yeah, he would if he's pretending. Just like how we saw Louie acting as Lestat's valet in episode 2, just for the measure of pretending to get through this interview. And when I tell you the moment that it's revealed that Rashid is Armand, it redid the entire interview for me because now there are hella possibilities for this story not being right still. The odyssey of memory is not done. Something very interesting that Louie even says to Daniel in that scene, in that last scene, is, what did you say about memory, Daniel? Memory is a monster. Y'all, when I tell you I have to do a whole, that's how it ends. But I am going to do a whole separate breakdown of all the ways this reveal can alter the story we've already heard and all the ways that it may alter the things that we hear in the future. Because Armand ain't nothing to play with, and this man makes Lestat look like Russell Wilson. Y'all don't understand. This is how you start unraveling the villainy of Lestat and slowly re-raveling the villainy of Armand. I am floored. This show is so good. If you have not seen it, but you've been watching these videos, I'm telling you, you will still be engulfed in it. There's so much I left out that I couldn't get it all in there. And there's nothing like experiencing the show for yourself. It took me over. Like I said, I am a writer, so when I see things that have been written so beautifully done, and this show was written by, you can clearly tell these individuals who wrote this have heavy playwright experience because of the dramatics of it, and it's so perfect. It's so perfect. And even though it recontextualized a lot and changed different aspects of the characters, it still has such an essence to the original story, and it really found a way to do what an adaptation should do, which is give you something new while also staying true to the essence of the original story. They brought it back because they had something new to give to it, and they did it. It was so nuanced. It was so emotional. It was beautiful. There were moments where it was funny. It was everything you could want, and this is hands down my favorite TV show right now, and honestly one of my favorite shows in a long time. Like, I love this. This has been so brilliantly done. So if you've listened to me do commentary on all 7 of these, I'm telling you, go watch it. And if you have watched it, rewatch it, because we got season 2, but I definitely want a season 3 as well, because if they continue to write it like this and act it like this and carry through like this, it's going to be phenomenal. And stay on the lookout for the next video, in which I'm going to explain all the ways that Rashid being Armand recontextualizes this entire thing.